poverty and climate change around the world.
I'd like to introduce Robert Fox, who's the Executive Director of Oxfam Canada, to say a few words about the Robin Hood tax.
Many of you will have seen yesterday in the news that the Prime Minister has dispatched ministers of the Canadian government to travel around the world to make the case against the bank tax. We're here, as there are people around the world, making the opposite case, that in fact we need a financial transactions tax that is aimed not at protecting banks when they're in trouble, but rather dealing with the deep poverty around the world. We have a finance minister that has capped aid increases over the next several years and said we can't afford to give more for foreign aid at the same time as there are billions of people on the face of this planet, rural women and their families and others in Asia, in Africa, in the Americas, who are desperate to feed their families and desperate to meet their most basic needs. And so if the governments, through their normal tax dollars, cannot raise the money they need to meet their obligations, the commitments they've made to the poor of this world, then the financial transactions tax is the way to go. The Robin Hood tax is intended to get 50 cents on every $1,000 of financial transaction. It's a very small drop in the bucket in terms of the wealthy bank owners and shareholders, and yet together it would raise $400 billion each year to ensure that people have the health and education, water and sanitation they need to meet their most basic needs and the most basic rights as human beings. And so we're saying that this is part of the solution. We must take action now, and we're calling on Canada at the G8 and the G20 when it meets in Toronto at the end of June to shift its position and support dramatic action to adopt the Robin Hood tax. It is no harm for the bankers, and it's a huge boon and benefit to the poorest people on this planet. The time for action is now.